setting you guys up here. Hi guys, welcome back. I know this is not my typical beginning of my videos, but I wanted to start off this recipe video with a quick hello and a little check-in, and just wanted to say I hope you guys are all doing well. I know this is such a crazy time that we are living in with so many changes. Our new normal is not normal. For those of you with kids, I know most people are homeschooling. I am now a homeschool teacher and I have no idea what I'm doing. But if you guys are interested to see what craziness we have going on, I've been putting it all on Instagram. I have a highlight bubble and it's pretty funny. We're having fun with it. Our school has been absolutely phenomenal. So today's video is a recipe that can be used to use up leftovers so that you're not wasting any food. And I know that most people have tried to stock up, but it can feel very disconcerting when your food starts to run out or run low. So in our house, we're trying to be as cognizant as possible and to use every last bit of food that we can. So today's recipe is a recipe for quiche. And I know that sounds fancy to some people, but it's really just pie crust. It has an egg base filling, and then you can add whatever ingredients you want. So I thought this recipe would be perfect for what's going on right now. I know for us, we're trying to stay home as much as possible. Other than our hikes and our adventures in our backyard, we are staying home. We are taking social distancing recommendations to the max. And it can be tough when you cannot run out to the grocery store like we are normally used to doing. So it is definitely pushing us outside of our comfort zone, but we're trying to make the most of it. So I thought this would be a fun idea for you guys. So for this quiche recipe, there is a delicious crust. It has an egg base, and then you can add whatever ingredients you have on hand. And that is what I love about it. It is super versatile, it's very filling, and it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So let's jump in. I'll show you the ingredients, and make sure you guys let me know in the comments if there's any particular videos that I can try to put together to help you, or if I can respond to a comment and give you some meal ideas. I would love to. And I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're healthy. I hope you are staying home and enjoying the simple things. We are doing lots of schoolwork, puzzles, actually not that much screen time, and we've been taking lots of walks with the kids and trying to get some energy out. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Make sure you guys leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. And without further ado, here's the quiche recipe. You need some type of pie crust. If you can get your hands on this Jiffy brand, this is just around $1, super easy to put together, but I will also have an easy pie crust recipe linked below. You need pepper, salt, and garlic powder, which is optional, a cup of heavy whipping cream, or you could use milk, 4 eggs, and that's the base. Then you want to add whatever ingredients you have. I'm using bacon, some green peppers, some shredded cheese, and some potatoes. And then you need some kind of pie pan. I'm preheating my oven to 425 for this pie crust, but yours may be different. And then we're gonna go ahead and put together the dough. This one box makes 2 pie crusts. I'm going to use this box to make one thicker bottom crust. If you prefer a thinner crust, you can absolutely do that. I like this crust because everything is included. You don't need any eggs or milk. All you need is water. I like to take a fork and just kind of break up any of the bigger lumps. And then you want to add 4 to 5 tablespoons of water. You always start with less because you can always add more. And then just mix it until it's combined. You don't want it to be too wet, but if you notice that there are some dry areas, you can add a little bit of water at a time. So let me know in the comments below what things that you keep in your pantry that have come in handy. This pie crust we've used a couple times now because I've been making quiche on the weekends to make sure that we use up any leftovers, but it's normally something that I really didn't reach for. So let me know in the comments what is in your pantry, what have you reached for. And if you guys have some ingredients that you're not sure how to use up and you want some ideas or some inspiration, leave it in the comments and I will be sure to throw some ideas out at you. So getting back to the quiche, I lightly greased my pie pan and then I'm just dumping my dough right into the pie pan and I'm gonna spread it out. And there's two ways that you can do this. The good old-fashioned way of just getting your hands dirty and just pressing it out to the sides, or you can use a rubber scraper or a spatula, and my trick is I dip it in water. So whether you're using your hands or a rubber scraper, dip it in water and the dough will not stick as much, I promise. One of the best parts about making quiche is that the crust does not need to be perfect, and the more rustic it is, the better it looks in the end. So don't worry about making the edges perfect. You do want to prick the bottom with a fork, and then you want to bake it at 425 for 6 minutes. Now we're going to put together our quiche base. So this is just cream, 4 eggs, and whatever seasonings you choose. I chose to use salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and you just want to make sure that this is mixed really thoroughly. I just added a sprinkle of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Once our dough has baked for 6 minutes, you're going to take it out and it's going to be very pale in color because it is not fully baked. And here is where you get to be creative. So I had potatoes left over from a night's dinner 2 nights prior, so I added those to the bottom of my pie pan. And then I had a piece of a green bell pepper. We had some shredded cheese. Get creative, use what you have in your fridge. This is a great way, like I said, to use up leftovers, and you might find an awesome combination you wouldn't have thought of before. One suggestion I have is I'm adding bacon as protein, but you absolutely could leave it out, and this is still very filling because of the eggs. So if you just have potatoes and a veggie, or some cheese. You could even just do cheese and eggs and this would be really delicious and filling. Once you add your other ingredients to your pie crust, you're going to pour over your egg mixture. The only part about this you have to be careful about is just make sure the egg mixture does not run over the edges of the crust. And I saved a little bit of my cheese to sprinkle on top. But again, this is optional. You can put it all inside the quiche or you don't even have to use cheese at all. Now we're gonna turn our oven down to 400 degrees and we're gonna bake this for 25 to 30 minutes. Once it is set in the middle, and that is how I test it, I move the pan back and forth, and if I see any movement, then I know it needs to cook a little bit longer. But you're gonna see golden brown color all over the top, the crust will be fully cooked, and you are ready to serve it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is one way that we have been using leftovers in our home during this trying time. Like I said, let me know in the comments below if you guys have any suggestions or if you're looking for inspiration for certain ingredients or types of videos that you would like to see in the very near future. If you're not already following me over on Instagram, I will leave my handle in the description box below and along the screen, but we are sharing all of the craziness that we are doing in our home, and if you want to follow along, come on over. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, When with Jen, here on YouTube so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And hopefully we will see you in the next one.